It's interesting. You really laid your finger on a very profound issue very quickly, and that was the question of the difference between sports and entertainment is you don't know the outcome with sports, and so much of entertainment you do. So much of entertainment is predictable. How rare it is you go into a movie where you can't tell what's going to happen 2 or 3 scenes before it happens. What do you think about the sort of the difference between the art of entertainment, if you will, and the industry of entertainment?
Too often the art gets obscured by the industry, I suppose. Sometimes you have to struggle. You can see 10 movies a week and struggle to find the art. But when you're watching a movie and it's something like My Left Foot, or Driving Miss Daisy, or Born on the 4th of July, or something that's really profound and not predictable, and something that's well done, it's a real pleasure. You walk out of the theater, especially if you have to review something, thinking, boy, sometimes when you're reviewing something, you see movies and you look for mistakes and you can't find them. But but that's all too seldom. Movie making is a business. Theater is a business, and you have to satisfy the multitudes. So you get locked into your own predictable shells of entertainment, and you sacrifice the art that way.
Have you ever seen a film that you thought was absolutely fabulous? A movie that affected you, that excited you, and just went nowhere?
Well, I'm still kidding at the Journal about my review for Great Balls of Fire that came out last summer. I mean, I didn't think it was any masterpiece, but I gave it 3.5 stars. Really liked it.
That's out of how many?
Out of 4.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good review.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And the movie just flopped massively. Came out on video pretty fast. A lot of critics just hated it. And I guess it still kind of surprises me. But as a reviewer, it's my opinion. And you know, some of the greatest movies of all time have been panned by reviewers, and some of the lousiest movies of all time have found some people that liked them. So it's just a subjective thing. I'm just lucky enough to be able to write about it and tell people what I think. It's a real pleasure.
I used to go to movies a lot. I do less. I have children now, so I don't go to movies so much. But I can remember seeing Nashville when Bob Altman's Nashville was out, and I remember seeing it at the Flint Cinema, which is one of the last of the big screen theaters. And my wife and I were sitting there in the theater for like a Saturday 2 o'clock show. You know, good time. We were the only people in this entire 500 or 600 seat theater watching this wonderful movie. I just loved it, and not one other person was there in the entire theater. That's interesting. Great Balls of Fire. What was it about that one that struck you?
That was the story of Jerry Lee Lewis. It was told in kind of a comical fashion. It was acted, especially the lead performance was kind of a caricature. But I thought it was a fun movie. The music was great. I just thought it was a nice, fun summer movie. And I thought it was well done. And most critics thought that most critics thought that Dennis Quaid was just awful in the lead, that the movie was too light and probably didn't delve into the dark side of this man's life. And you know, it died very, very quickly from week 1. But I liked it. It was maybe a quirk in the way I looked at the movie, but I don't regret it. I mean,
do you remember the film American Hot Wax?
Yeah.
Now there was a film that dealt with sort of the rock and roll mythology in a very lighthearted way. But now, to me, I had a lot of fun with that. That was fun to go to. And well, I doubt if Jerry Lee Lewis put on many concerts for free. You know, there's a certain mythological thing, but that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a myth. It's not like you're dealing with hard historical reality. This is a fairy tale almost.
That's the way I looked at Great Balls of Fire, but. Not too many other critics did, apparently.
Yeah.